When did I get into acting? All right. Let's see here. Okay, so,
Yes.
shout out to Brooke. Okay. All right. So I always was interested in acting. I wanted to act when I was 3 years old. My mom swears that when I was three, I used to go into her bedroom and cry and say I wanted an agent. Freak, obviously. She didn't even know what an agent was. Um, so it was kind of it was just like a thing that I always loved. I think I remember the reason I loved acting so much. Like I remember watching. I'm so stupid. I remember watching Clarissa Explains It All and like Doug and all those shows on Nickelodeon when I was little, and like the Mickey Mouse Club and just all the shows on Disney and Nickelodeon. And it was so. My agent is texting me asking if I made it home. Um, and now I have an agent texting me asking if I'm home from my house or from her house. Yeah. Sorry, I have to answer. Um, and I remember I remember how good like it made me feel. To like if I was having a bad day or I felt down, like watching those shows like made me feel happy. They really and I remember like as I was getting a little bit older, like 6, 7, 8, kind of just really wanting to do it. And Secret World of Smack. Oh my God, yeah, totally. That. What else was on there? Oh, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Sorry, I'm reading the stuff. Yes, and it was really cool because I remember by the time I was 9, my mom said I was begging. Like my mom is the anti stage mom, and I'm telling you, you come out here and you will meet others who. Yes, Jacqueline, awesome. Bailey should come in the chat. Bailey is an awesome actress. So am I cutting? Okay. Anyway, so I'm procrastinating. Okay, good. So, anyway, so I begged her. I really begged my mom. My mom was so not into it. It wasn't that she wasn't supportive. I have awesome parents, but my mom was afraid that I would just be like scooped up and I don't know, murdered or kidnapped. I don't know what she thought was gonna happen to me, but she signed me up for an acting class. I begged her, and the teacher I had there, Karen Vicks, credible, and she called my mom and she said, I don't know what she was thinking. She's obviously crazy. She said that she thought I had talent, and mom kind of was like, all right. So, Our Real Monsters, that was a good show too. And so I started doing plays. I was on the East Coast. I was real close to New York City, so I started doing Broadway and a lot of plays up there on the East Coast in general. And I did that for about like I'd say probably 5 or 6 years. And after that, I got really sick of acting. I thought, and it wasn't even that I was sick of acting as much as it was I wasn't doing the kind of acting that I wanted to do. I had this very I don't know. I had this very strong feeling that I was doing what I wanted to do, but not in the correct way. So I decided that I was like 14, and I had this whole career set to go and just stay on Broadway. And I just kind of said, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to act on film. So I remember I was in Disney World with my mom, and I said to her, I was like, I was supposed to do this national tour of the show. I said to her, I don't want to do it. And she said, do you not want to act? I said, no, I love acting, but I want to go to high school. I want to be normal. And I want to I want to go to prom, and I want to have a serious relationship, and I want to like get good grades and just like a kid, because I had my whole middle school, I was tutored on, and I decided mid through high school that I wanted to really do acting on film, and I enrolled myself in a 2-year program at my high school, which it was only offering for like that like 1 year. I just lucked out, so I did high school in 2 years. I went through the summers and through the holidays, and I worked my butt off. And holy guano, I said butt instead of the A word. And I worked my butt off, and I was very lucky. I had a very fortunate opportunity to from a friend of mine who had done Broadway to come out here and basically a bunch of agents and managers and stuff because she knew that I wanted to do film. So I flew out here with my family, and I just met with some really amazing people. And I was 16. I was by myself, and I had a little bit of money from theater, not a lot. And I said, you know what, I just got to make it work and I got to do it. So I basically came out here and I came out by myself, and it wasn't anything with my family. I mean, I was about to be 17 and worked it out legally so that it was my own. And yeah, I moved here and things went kind of slow for about a year. I was almost on Days of Our Lives. I was almost on a lot of shows. And then I started to hit my stride around 18. And things start to go really well. And I don't know if you guys know what a screen test is, but it's just, it's when you're down to one person and, you and another person. So I was doing a lot of that. And then I got casting at Nickelodeon really liked me, and they were putting me on. Kamen Rider happened, and that was about a year of my life. And then that ended. Yeah, Alex, why are you hiding? Sit up. And then with
on camera.
No, it's like, blow your nose on camera. We like it. Thank you, Chelsea. And and then I worked for Disney, and I started to get. I'm telling this story very quickly, but I started to get in this place in my. By the end of 2008, and Disney treated me incredible. Kamen Rider did too, but it was a lot of time. It was a lot of time, especially with Kamen Rider, because I worked on that show for a year. You're out here as an actor is a very, very long time, especially when you get fired off the show. So I did Disney, and I got very kind of fed up for kind of the out here, and this is not how I feel now, but this is where I was, 20. And I just wow, you're funny. I went to the I just kind of made this decision very rapidly last year, and I'm going to put this on my blog. I was trying to post it today, but that I asked I have an amazing team, manager and agent, and I want to do this, but I need to make sure this is what I really want to do. I went on a road trip. I literally made this on like a Friday night, and Monday morning left. And can you hear me, Alex?
Yep.
Is everything okay?
You're good.
Okay. And I went on a road trip that lasted 6 months, and I went to 9 states, and I was by myself. I did it Vision Quest of the Desert. It wasn't that insane, but I went from here all the way. I mean, I went, let's say, I'm from here to Arizona, Nevada. I did Texas. Then I went to New Orleans. I was there for a while. I went all to Florida, all the way up the East Coast, back home. I was there for a little while. I did to the Spirit World. You guys are hilarious. And I went up to Rhode Island, New Hampshire. I went back down. I went through Tennessee, Oklahoma. I could go on and on. I went just everywhere I've always wanted to be. I went, and it was such an awesome experience for me. I realized, and I ended up actually, my parents still owned the house in New Jersey, and I did miss Minnesota, but I have some friends in Minnesota. I went back to this house in New Jersey that my parents own, and empty. There was no TV, radios, no internet, nothing. And my mom was like, "You can't be in that house by yourself. I'm gonna fly out there." And so she flew out, and I've never been out of the country, no. And she flew out, and it was really cool. It was right before Christmas, and we had this just amazing talking, and I realized, this is what I had this amazing time with Mom, and then I realized this is absolutely what I want to do. I mean, I took a year off, a year and a half off, which is why everybody's like, "Where were you? You were in Wizards," and then nothing happened. That's because I left, and that was on purpose. Then I came back, and I came back in January, and things have been really good, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. But I've had a really fortunate month out here, and things are back on, I guess, basically. Very much a better man for it and a better person for it. And I was not so much in demand that I was unavailable. I wish I would have left. I would have stayed. I mean, no, I just needed to make sure. I'm kind of a person who know and be very focused on what they're doing. So that's where I was, and that's what I did, and that's my